So far we have talked only about 2010. What exactly happened in 2020, which is just 5 years back, right? In 2020, we introduced something called foundation models. And next one, in 2022, 3 years back, we introduced something called generative AI. So this is not totally new. This is 3 years old technology. Okay. And in 2025, we are heading towards agentic AI. So I really wanted to reiterate this thing. Okay. So whatever the previous slide that we have seen, right? This machine learning, this deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, everything, right? So try to understand this clearly. Okay. Whatever we've spoken so far, that required us to train the model before, and then only it can predict. So when you say basically that all works on a logic called prediction. So you all know weather prediction, right? So it basically works in the same way. Okay, we really have to train those models. For example, if when I say there is a number plate thing, right? So we say you violate a traffic rule and then you get a challan, right? So what would have they done while building the AI model, right? So to build that AI, they might have got lot of photographs from many vehicles. Okay, so they use, so with the camera that I had, right? So they used to capture all the number plates because every number plate is different, right? So they capture all the number plates. They train the model to predict when there is a number plate, right? So it has to exactly see the location where the number plate is. It has to exactly capture the number from the number plate. It has to exactly capture whatever font it is, since although we have a standardized font to use, but most people might not use that, right? So they use their own font. But even though they would have trained the model to exactly capture this. So basically, when I say up to 2010, we were not looking at a centralized model. Instead, every organization or every use case has their own model built up using Python. So what they do, they feed in a lot of data. Okay, this computer learns everything, and then when new inputs are given, it will predict it. So that's how it worked for. Right now, there is a boom happened in 2020 when we say foundation models. That's where the big giants like Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, OpenAI, so these big giants, right? Those are multi-billion-dollar companies. They invested a lot of money, and then they built something called a foundation model. And what does this foundation model had? This foundation model had the world amount of data. See, assume that the internet is found somewhere in 1970s or 80s, right? So till 2020, whatever data is available in the internet, whatever data that we have offline, right? Maybe you go to a store, you got a bill. I think I don't know if you can recollect that there was a moment where uh, some survey websites asked us to upload bills and then they would have given us money. I don't know if you remember that. So that was a period, right? So what happened was that these were the period when these companies, big giants, invested a lot in training a model which has the world of information, which has every information that is available in the world. Okay, that is a real breakthrough where we have every information loaded in a certain you call it as database, you call it as a data center, whatever it is, but every world information is there in this foundation model, right? But what happened in 2022? Why are we talking about generative AI, not AI? Why are we talking about generative AI, right? So far, even though foundation models were found, AI was able to give answer directly what we ask for. For example, you show 5 images of cat and ask whether it is a cat or dog, it say yes or no. That's it. But AI was not capable of generating something new. When I say generation, so it's a way that we usually do, right? So when I ask you to talk about Mahatma Gandhi, so you'll have some text, right? So you'll have some flow, you'll have some speech. So that is coming right out of you, right? Which might not be present anywhere. So that's the generative capability which got introduced in 2022, and that was a groundbreaking idea because So far, AI was just predicting, suggesting, but now AI started generating content, generating new content, right? So every time you go to ChatGPT, you search for a question, you get a different option, which means that it is generating something new. Not like Google, you search something and you give whatever is there on the web. No, it generates something new, right? And that's the breakthrough. And in 2025, we are talking about agentic AI, where it is not just about generating, it is about acting on that. Thank you. So when you talk about agentic AI, so it actually doesn't generate, it doesn't stop with generating, it actually uh, builds something on top of you. Maybe you say, go to this website and order this pizza for me, okay? Uh, Plan a travel for me, right? So where it uses the real-time browsing, it uses your computer, it does whatever you do, right? It go ahead, build a website for you, right? It is not generating, it is actually acting upon. So that's the power that we have recently unleashed, and that's where everyone is jumping into agentic AI, and we are going to see that in a short demo in the end. Okay, so just stay till the end. So definitely we have true value. Okay.